Assalamu alaikum, welcome back to Wealth and Wisdom. Today we are discussing the universal values and laws presented by Islam. The concept of equity is inherent in Islam. Islam seeks to establish a politico-economic system based on morality and absolute justice. At the center of the Islamic system is a belief in God. The Islamic economic system commences with the premise that all that is in the heavens and the earth has been created by and belongs to Allah, who in turn has entrusted man with these earthly provisions. Hence, man's responsibility is to discharge this trust honestly and equitably. God says in the Holy Quran, "Verily, Allah commands you to make over the trusts to those entitled to them, and that, when you judge between men, you judge with justice. And surely excellent is that with which Allah admonishes you. Allah is all-hearing, all-seeing." Chapter 4 verse 59. The words, "entitled to them," in this verse highlights the fact that these provisions in actual fact belong not to any one group of people or nations. Another verse states, "And in their wealth is a share belonging to the beggar and the destitute." Chapter 51, verse 20. Similarly, the Quran states, "And those in whose wealth there is a recognized right. For one, the beggar, who asks for help, and for one, the destitute, who does not." Chapter 70 verses 25-26. These verses also remind the rich that part of their wealth in actual fact also belongs to the poor, as it is a recognized right, to whom it must be given to help them live a decent and honorable life. In fact, the Holy Quran has laid down the foundations for economic justice. It states, "It is provided for thee that thou wilt not hunger therein, nor wilt thou be naked. And thou wilt not thirst therein, nor wilt thou be exposed to the sun." Chapter 20 verses 119,120. In the economic sphere, these four fundamental rights have been granted to man: the right to be fed, the right to be adequately clothed, the right to a clean supply of water, and the right to shelter. This first charter of fundamental human rights has been mentioned in the Holy Quran with reference to the law of Prophet Adam, peace be upon him. Yet despite the progress of civilization and the great leaps in scientific and material progress, the basic principles of economic justice set out thousands of years ago are still not met today. So what happens when the basic needs of some are not met? According to Islam, it is not just the sufferings of one man for which the society of that country is responsible, but it is the sufferings of any human being in any society. That is to say, humanity has no geographical boundaries, nor color, creed, or political demarcations. Humanity at large is responsible, and human beings as such are answerable to God. Whenever natural or man-made disasters strike any community, it must be treated as a human problem, and all societies and states of the world must help alleviate the sufferings. It is only in Islam that the level of consciousness and sensitivity to the suffering of fellow human beings is raised to such a degree whereby members of society as a whole are concerned more about what they owe to society than what society owes to them. This is in stark contrast to the current rationality of the international financial system. Wealthy countries devise macroeconomic policies to assure the continued strengthening of their economies at the expense of weaker nations. Furthermore, they have used global financial institutions to further their nationalistic agendas. Whether it is giving out loans, grants, or aid to developing countries, setting up and promoting trade and financial cooperation between nation-states, Rich countries pursue policies that further the interests of themselves at the expense of poorer nations. In short, morality needs to return to international relations. This can only be achieved by establishing a set of universal values based upon absolute justice, where the world's poor are treated as being of equal worth, of having the same rights of life and liberty. We hope you learned something from the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to help out the channel. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum.